to be with you all. If you're checking in, make sure you share the live and come in with your hot takes, your comments. We're gonna post them up there. If you have some great comments, we're gonna give you the cheer. If you have some whack comments, you will get the gunshot. So a couple of things. I have a day in the life of Al today. It's been a minute since I had one of those, but I have an update of a day in the life of Al. Aaron Rodgers possibly gets a new contract. We know he's returning to the Packers, but it's reportedly that he got a new contract. So we would talk about that. Calvin Ridley got suspended for gambling. So we're going to break down all of that and get into it. So let's get ready to lock and load. People, y'all come in with your hot takes. Let's go.
Load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on.
Thank you once again for joining the Allen Powell Show. Tuesday night, we are live in effect. Man, we got a lot to discuss, a lot going on in the sports world, whole bunch of football news. And it's the off season, but that's how football works. But the breaking news that happened today, the biggest news of the day is Russell Wilson traded to the Broncos for quarterback Drew Lock, Noah Fant, tight end, defensive end Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, and then the Broncos is going to receive a 4th-round pick in return. That's a big haul. They was talking about trading Russell Wilson. I hope I ain't say Westbrook, but Russell Wilson last year. It was rumors. The Bears was rumored to be in the mix. They ended up taking Justin Fields, so they was out of the mix. But now Russell Wilson is taking his talents to Mile High, Denver, Colorado. He's getting a fresh start. Played 10 years in Seattle. Think 9 Pro Bowls. Got a championship ring. And he's going to a Denver squad that's been looking for a quarterback since Peyton Manning. And now they're trying to compete with Pat Mahomes, the Raiders, and the AFC West, and what's the name from San Diego, the Chargers. Name is escaping me, but that brother is nice too. Who won the trade? Because Seattle gave up. Broncos gave up a lot. The Broncos gave up 2 first-round picks, one 2022, one 2023, 2 second-round picks, one this year, one next year, and a 5th-round pick. Plus Noah Fant. Noah Fant is a nice tight end. I had him in my fantasy league. The brother has 68 catches for 670 yards with 4 touchdowns. He's not a slouch tight end. And you get Drew Lock, who's a young quarterback. He didn't play too much last year, but he has some flashes. He might be okay. Shelby Harris has 6 sacks for the Broncos last year. So you getting 2 quality players for sure with Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, Drew Lock, a young quarterback who possibly can progress. You're giving up 2 first-round picks, so that's going to project to be starters, 2 second-round picks that can be starters. Seattle is receiving a lot. The Broncos gave up a lot, but you're hoping that Russell Wilson can be the answer for at least 6 years. He's 34 years old. You're hoping that he can bring some relevance to the Broncos for at least 6 years in that division with Pat Mahomes and the quarterback from San Diego, who I can't remember his name right now. But that was a blockbuster trade. And now Seattle looks like they might be in rebuild mode. So y'all tell me y'all thoughts, man, on Russell Wilson getting traded. It was a big deal. And I was shocked because I thought that things were smoothed over after last year. But apparently it wasn't. It wasn't. And Russell Wilson is on his way to Denver, Colorado. Also, I want to talk about the Ciara effects. We know that Russell Wilson is married to Ciara, the artist. And we know that she's been heavily involved in some of the decisions that Russell Wilson has been making. Now, for those who don't know, Russell Wilson had a no trade clause in his contract. So he had to okay a trade to anywhere that he goes. And I put this up on Facebook. My question is, or question or statement is, Ciara had to okay this move to Denver because it was reported that they got offers from Washington Commanders, and he turned that down. He didn't like that, or she didn't like that. One of them happened. One of them happened. He didn't like it, or she didn't like it. They had other offers from other teams, but the Denver trade was approved. Justin Herbert, thank you, Mal Sauce. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Justin Herbert, that's the quarterback that was escaping my mind. Justin Herbert, quarterback for the Chargers, and now Russell Wilson is in that division. Rank those quarterbacks for me, Mal Sauce, and everybody who's watching. Rank the quarterbacks: Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr. Rank 1 through 4. Who's the top dog? And who's the last one? That's a pretty good class. Do they have the best 4 quarterbacks in the division now? In the division in the whole league? Are those the top 4 quarterbacks in one division? It's a pretty good list. Pretty good list. But what did Ciara have to do with this trade being constructed? Did you think she had anything to do with it? Because she's been involved a lot in the moves that Russell Wilson has been doing. We seen leaks come out last year that he wanted to be traded, the list of teams that he wanted to be traded to. We seen even when he got a contract how Ciara was like laying in the bed. When he got the new contract, he posted a picture with him and her laying in the bed. It's like she was almost an agent for him or something. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I know that she probably has some input. Ciara's been heavily involved. Black Butterfly Pod checking in, man. He just want to smoke some marijuana. That's what you think it is? He just want to smoke. He just want to smoke some marijuana. Mal Sauce says Patrick Mahomes 1, Derek Carr 2, Russell 3, Herbert. Wow, you got Carr over Russell and Herbert. That is a shocker. Attorney Justin Calvin checking in. Are you saying he whipped? You probably can say that. It's possibly. I'm not saying it. You said it. I didn't say it. Are you saying he's whipped? I don't know. Black Butterfly Pod, that's going to be a tough decision. What decision are you talking about? Make sure y'all share this live for me. Share on y'all page. Y'all people can see it. They can comment, and we can post these comments up there. But Russell Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos. Who won the trade? If we look at this trade, so the Broncos get Russell Wilson, a Pro Bowl quarterback, probably going to go to the Hall of Fame, won a championship ring, 9-time Pro Bowl, I believe, and you're getting him possibly still in his prime. He's 34 years old. Quarterbacks are now playing into their 40s. We've seen Tom Brady play to 44. So they're hoping that Russell Wilson can at least play well into his 40s. He's 34, so that gives him about 6 seasons. A Black Butterfly Pod checks in and says, man, if he whips, so what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ciara's a dime. Now the question Justin Campbell should be asking is, are you whipped? Answer that question. Are you whipped? Says you answer that question. Let's see how that goes. But Black Butterfly Pasta, ain't nothing wrong with being whipped. Ciara's a dime. It's okay to be whipped. Says she a dime, it's okay to be whipped. So what? Does Ciara affect, was she involved in the proceedings of this trade? Because like I say, Russell Wilson had a no trade clause, got kids. I also want to ask about what do y'all think about Future? Future has a son with Ciara, and do you think that he gets consulted in this? Do they tell him what's going on? You know, Future has a child with Ciara, and you know, so he's probably going to have to move. The child is going to have to go, and You know, Future might have to travel to Denver, Colorado to see his child. Does the Future get notified about this trade, or does he find out on TV? How does that go? Justin Camper, the real question is, Al, are you whipped? So you're not gonna answer the question. You're just gonna ask a question with a question. That's what you're gonna do. Are you afraid to answer the question, brother? I asked you first. Answer the question, Attorney Justin Camper. Can you answer that question? That brother don't want to answer the question. Y'all tell me who won the trade between the Broncos, and the Seahawks. Also, I haven't had a day in the life of Al in a while. So this, I'm giving you an update. So a while ago, my wife said, I don't want to be a Bears fan anymore. She wanted to pick another team. She wanted to be a Seahawks fan because of Russell Wilson and Ciara. So today we riding around in the car, and I tell her, you know, what happened. And I said, Russell Wilson got traded. She said, what? What? I can't believe it. What do you mean? I said, yeah. So what you gonna do? She said, well, I guess I gotta be a Broncos fan. So now I guess she's gonna be a Broncos fan. And I don't know if she even know the colors. You know, with women, they be fans of teams sometimes because of color of the uniforms. So you got a blue and an orange going on. But she doesn't want to be a Bears fan anymore. She wanted to jump ship because of the Bears and all of that good stuff. But yeah, she's jumping ship. She's jumping ship. Black Butterfly Pie, Future don't have no say so. Russ being a man, not a Russ fan, but that's respect, taking care of another man's kids. If you married, you whipped. Laugh out loud. So he's saying if you're married, you automatically whipped, I think. Oh, anytime you can get a starting QB in a trade, you win the trade, hands down. They got rid of Drew Lock, bro. Yeah, Drew Lock has not progressed the way they expected him to. I still think he got some promise, but he wasn't the answer. Attorney Justin Campbell. So Al, are you saying you are a Bronco fan now? I'm not a Broncos fan. I'm a Bears fan. I'm just telling you what the wife wanted to do. She don't want to be a Bears fan anymore. She's tired of the losing, so she wanted to jump ship. She wanted to jump to another team. She she knew Ciara and Russell Wilson, black love, and she was a fan, so she wanted to jump to be a Seahawks fan. I told her the news today that Russell Wilson got traded, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do, and that was it. So yeah. But y'all tell me who won the trade, and did Ciara was involved in that. Also, moving on, some more football news. Attorney Justin Camper, Broncos won the trade. Why do you say that? Why do you think the Broncos won the trade? Of course they get an all-pro quarterback, 34 years old, champion, and Russell Wilson. But what makes you say they won a trade? Broncos is a Super Bowl contender. Wow. A Super Bowl contender automatically, just like that. Automatically. I mean, they got some good receivers. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, I think, posted something on Twitter like he was excited about finally getting a franchise quarterback. But automatically Super Bowl contender. That's pretty bold. But I mean, when you have that caliber quarterback, it's possible. The defense was good under Vic Fangio, but Vic Fangio's gone. Let her jump ship. We Bears fans ride or die, bear down. Facts. Big facts, my brother. Big facts. I agree with him. Super Bowl contender. They can draft a tight end. They move Fant with Lock. Yeah. They probably can draft a tight end. Yeah. But you got to remember, they gave up 2 first, 2 second. I believe they had a extra second round pick, so they could probably use it on that. But it's not like they're going to have a first round pick this year. So that's just something to pay attention to. Also, we got some other big news today. Aaron Rodgers is returning to the Packers for a reportedly 4-year, $200 million, $153 million guaranteed. As you know, he made a big stink during the offseason It goes back to when they drafted Jordan Love. He didn't like the fact that they drafted a quarterback while he was there, and they didn't draft him any help, and he was mad about that. So he balled out, won MVP this year, and he made them pay. He made them pay with a big contract. Malsauce checking in. Broncos are as much of a Super Bowl contender as the Gary Gilroy Bears. So he's not buying the hype. He's not believing that the Broncos are automatically a Super Bowl contender. That's interesting, man. I think I'm kind of on your level, man. I think it takes time. This is not like Tom Brady. You just go to the team and automatically they become Super Bowl contenders. Brady was a different breed. Russell Wilson, I think it might take him a little time to get accustomed to what's going on, his players and things of that nature. But definitely they improved at the quarterback position. But Aaron Rodgers is returning to the Packers. He was disgruntled the last couple of years because of the Jordan Love pick. He got MVP this year, and then he turned that into a reportedly 4 years, $200 million with $153 million guaranteed. But Aaron Rodgers is saying that that's not true. He hasn't signed a deal yet, and so that's just rumors. Black Butterfly Pod, man, I live here. These Packer fans are clowns. He holding that team hostage, and I guess Gutekunst isn't that bad after all. All that stuff was a distraction from him losing. He will lose again, and Bears will take over that division. I hope so, man. I hope they do take over the division. But you got to admit, with Aaron Rodgers on that team, he's been giving the Bears the business, and they're always in contention with him at the quarterback position. And you pretty much going to bring Devontae Adams back. They can franchise him, but he's going to be back. The Packers are still going to be a problem. Malsauce, if Aaron Rodgers would have went to Tampa Bay, it would have been over for everyone. Man, I'm glad that didn't happen. But you know what? I would have rather see that happen than him come back to Green Bay, because I'm looking for the Bears to finally take over the division, like Black Butterfly Pod said. But I just feel like with Aaron Rodgers in the division, it's just hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. You heard him say he owned the Bears. He's been owning the Bears ever since he's been in the division, and he's still there. He's still there, but he's refuting the report that he signed a 4 year, $200 million with $153 million guaranteed. If he's saying that he's coming back, what made him come back? Something had to be agreed upon. So somebody's lying here, and I'm pretty sure that Aaron Rodgers is the one lying, because why would you say you're coming back without no contract being signed? Or how does that happen? How do you say I'm coming back but you don't have a contract intact? Sounds like a lot of me. Black Butterfly Pod, bro, that money. Packers are a Super Bowl contender. Attorney Justin Campbell just says everybody's a Super Bowl contender. Everybody that got a good quarterback is a Super Bowl contender. Is that right now, Justin Campbell? Is that what it is? Everybody who has a good quarterback is a Super Bowl contender. Is that it? Any defense is holding down for the Super Bowl contenders? Black Butterfly Pod, bro. Somebody finna be let go off that team. You can't sign all that money and keep everybody. Bears will have their stuff together this year. Nagy is gone, bro. We are good. So let's break down this comment. I'm gonna give you a cheer because of your confidence. But I agree with you that they can't sign everybody. And I think the reports are they're going to get rid of Zadarius Smith, the defensive end, who was out majority of the season. He only played like 2 games. And they're going to release him, which is going to free up some cap. I think they're going to bring Devontae Adams back. They can do that. But the defense is probably going to suffer. And that was one of the problems that Aaron Rodgers had in previous seasons. He would get them all the way to the playoffs. And then the defense would get ran down like that, like the 49ers did a couple of years ago, ran for like 200 yards against them. Then sometimes Aaron Rodgers don't show up. And so now Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. But now, like Black Butterfly Pod said, you cannot sign everybody. The defense is going to suffer, and they're going to be in the same position that they was in before, where he might be playing great, and then they come up a physical football team or a dominant offense. He got to try to play a shootout, and he don't make enough plays. They're probably going to be in the same position. Attorney Justin Campbell, bear down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Attorney Justin's account has apparently been hacked. Oh man, so Black Butterfly Pod, they're gonna have to do something with those running backs. Also, Jarrett's money is coming up. Oh yeah, the cornerback. I think they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him. Then they gotta pay the other corner too. Rasul Butler is gonna want to get paid. I don't think Butler is gonna get paid. I think Alexander is gonna get paid, and Jones. I think he already got paid. Jones already got paid, but I think Butler is probably going to be gone if he got to get paid, and Zadarius Smith is probably going to be gone, and I think Preston Smith, the other Smith, might be up for contract. So they definitely going to have some question marks. And like I said, the defense is probably going to suffer, but as long as you got Aaron Rodgers, you're always going to be in contention. Now I want to get to the dumb football news, which broke yesterday. Calvin Ridley suspended for the whole next season for gambling, and he's actually suspended indefinitely, but he can apply for reinstatement in 2023. Now, this dude, just to give you a backstory, Calvin Ridley took a leave of absence for citing mental health issues. He went away from the team, and now it's reported he was gambling on his own team during his mental break. And they say it's reported that it's a sign, like in the locker rooms, that clearly says that you can't gamble on football games. Clearly says that. So this dude is now suspended for the whole season. Black Butterfly Pie, bro, what was he doing? How do you lose 11 million gambling 1,500? So I had to find that out. So when I heard that comment, I had to look it up. I said, usually when you gamble, if you bet like 1,500, it doesn't account to 11 million. So I didn't know what was going on at first or what they meant by that. But what they saying is he's losing 11 million because that's how much his contract was going to be worth in the final year of his contract. He risked his whole $11 million contract for betting $1,500 on a gambling app. On a gambling app. $1,500, and now he's going to lose 11 million on a contract. How do you explain that? I don't know if he's married, but if he's married, how do you explain, hey baby, you won't believe what happened. NFL tripping. They tripping. I made a bet on the Falcons for 1,500, and now I'm suspended for the whole year, and my contract was 11 million. How do you come on and explain that? How do you explain that? I mean, that's just some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Dumb. I mean, when it says mental health, can mental health sometimes be dumb? That you're just dumb? Can it mean that? Y'all make sure everybody y'all tuning in, y'all share this live with y'all people, man. We in this thing, man, going in on Calvin Ridley right now. Because this brother bet $1,500 on his own team, and now he's suspended for the whole year, and he's losing $11 million. $11 million. How? How do you do it? How do you do it? I don't get it. Let's read some of these comments, man. The comments are coming in hot and heavy. Cal Minovich checking in. He's in Wisconsin. If he was, he's not now. What do you mean? If he was, he's not now. I don't know what you're referring to, but tell me what you're talking about. People make mistakes, Al. Well, that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. It's not those mistakes are hard to come by. You tell me how do you break that to your wife, Justin Camper? If you was up for $11 million in a year and you made a bet for $1,500 and then you got suspended, now you can't get that $11 million. Tell me how that story goes. How do you tell that story to your wife? How do you break it down? You an attorney, maybe you can maneuver your way through that. You tell me how you do that, because I don't know. Black Butterfly Pod, that's some Antonio Brown stuff right there, bro. To me, that's worse than Antonio Brown. That's worse than Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown just a knucklehead, so he lose his money off being a knucklehead. But this is just plain dumb. Antonio Brown can't help being a knucklehead, but this is just dumb. Then he bet on the Falcons. Then he bet on his own team. Bro, this is my thing. If you gonna bet, right, the least he could have done was got a friend. Do you know how they found him? He got tracked because the NFL has ties to the gambling apps. Of course, you know, they partners with the gambling sites. So apparently he must have put in all his real information. Calvin Ridley, his whole name, whatever information you put in, and it popped up on the NFL's radar. How? Why wouldn't you get a friend, put in their information, so you couldn't be tracked? Why? Dumb. That's why. Dumb. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. You can't make this stuff up. Mal saw suspended indefinitely is the worst. You not hired, and at the same time, you not fired. Facts. Facts. You're not hired, but you're not fired. And this dude is young. He's young. Cal Minovich said, if he was married then, he's not married now. You saying she automatically filed for divorce immediately? If he come on with that story? That's pretty funny, brother. You get a cheer for that comment for sure, bro. That is too funny. And this is for Calvin Ridley for being dumb. He get the gunshots. Somebody need to just smack him upside the head, man. And Attorney Justin Campbell talking about people make mistakes. Bruh, those type of mistakes, can't do that. Can't do that. That type of mistake, bruh. I don't know. The question is, how did he get caught? This is the system trying to keep the black man down. No, that's the black man trying to keep the black man down. That's the dumb black man keeping the black man down right there. That ain't had nothing to do with the system. It is hypocritical, you know, because the NFL is in the bed with gambling sites. But, you know, it is what it is. Almost like $700K a game check, bruh. Ridiculous. He must don't have no friends at all. Something got to be going on. I don't know, but he got to have some friends because he got money. You know, money breeds friends. He got some you know, groupies that hang around or hanger-ons. You know, those type of people. Crackhead move. That's a great comment. That definitely was a crackhead move. It was a crackhead move. That's the only way you can justify that. But just look at this. He was out for mental health, and he's out gambling on his own team. My thing is, how does that help your mental health? When you're gambling, like to me, I got a points bet app. I was doing parlays at a time, and you know, you paying attention to the game, like you into it. This is not nothing that can be good for your mental health because you antsy, like you want the team to do well, or you want the player to do well. That can't be healthy for your mental health. It can't be. But he needed a mental break, and he said, you know what I'm gonna do on this mental break? Let me go ahead and bet on my team, bro. I think they're gonna win this game. And the NFL caught him. And another thing, now he's messing up his potential contract. This was about to be the last year of his contract where he can get a contract extension. Attorney Justin Campbell says gambling was his therapy. Okay. Well, if that was his therapy, it just went down the drain. If that was his therapy, that was some bad therapy. Horrible therapy. It's too late to fire him because the therapy already didn't cost him. So that was his therapy. That was some horrible therapy. Horrible. But he's up for a new contract. Now, he's messing up the contract because now you had to first take a mental break. You had to take a mental health break. You had to do that. Now you're getting caught gambling. Now your availability is in question. No, I forget the saying, but they say the best ability is availability. And he's not available. You don't know if he's going to have a mental breakdown. You don't know if he's going to have a relapse in gambling. You don't know if he has a gambling problem. Any of that. You don't know. What happened to Judge Not? I'm not judging him. I just think it was a dumb move. Is that judging? Are you expecting your wife to leave you when you make mistakes? Listen, I'm gonna go back to Cal Minovich. Cal Minovich said if he was married when he done this, he's not married now. That's what he said. So that's what Cal Minovich said. If he was married, he's not now. He's saying that she probably dipped off on him. That's what Cal Minovich said. That's what he said. So I don't know. Are you expecting your wife to leave you when you make mistakes? I would say no, but it depends how big the mistake was. And you know, if you want to talk about mistakes, if you cheat on your wife, that's grounds for leaving. That's one of the only reasons you're supposed to leave. You're allowed to leave a spouse. It's for cheating. Some people say that's a mistake. Some people get they cheat on their spouses and they call it a mistake. If they decide to leave, that's one of the few reasons you're allowed to leave. So what do you think about that, Justin? You know the word. Black Butterfly Pod, very dumb. Look, man, just crazy. Crazy. But I want to say this. I also want to say this. What does his contract look like now when he's up for a contract extension? What do you give him now? It got to be straight incentive-laced contract now because he can't be trusted to be on the field because of mental health, because of gambling. If I'm a GM now you got to get a incentive-based deal where he probably would have got a big, huge deal. This is going to be his first big contract, and he just messed it up. He just messed it up, just like that. He's going to be suspended, losing $11 million, and now his contract is going to be up. And what do you do if you're a GM? How do you do that? But I want to say this. I also want to say this. Make sure the NFL keep this same energy when the rest of the Brian Flores situation comes out. Black Butterfly Pod says all incentive based. He too risky. Bears was looking at him too. Justin Campbell says he didn't cheat on his wife. He gambled for his therapy. He needs help. I'm looking forward to his comeback. Okay. Well, maybe you can go talk for him. You are a lawyer. Maybe you can smooth it over if he's married. I don't even know if he's married. But maybe you can help him out. Write him a letter. Tell him what he should say. I don't know. But I want the NFL to keep that same energy because Brian Flores said he was paid money. He could have been paid money, $100,000 for every game that he lost. And they talking about the integrity of the game. The reason why players can't bet on football games because the integrity of the game, inside information, all this stuff. But if an owner was paying a coach $100,000 to lose, that got to be the same thing, right? So the NFL going to have to suspend, or the owner got to lose his team. That's the integrity of the football, integrity of the NFL. Hugh Jackson came out and said that it was a 4-year plan where the Cleveland Browns wanted him to lose, and they wanted him to have a certain amount of young players, draft picks, and all this stuff. They wanted to lose. Integrity of the NFL again, right? So the Browns owner need to be disciplined. They need to be disciplined. Miami's owner need to be disciplined. Same thing. Keep that same energy with these owners that you have with Calvin Ridley. Because Brian Flores says he has proof about being paid $100,000. And Hugh Jackson says he has proof to say that the Cleveland Browns wanted him to lose for a 4-year plan. Keep that same energy. Justin Campbell says, free Calvin. Just the same system to keep the black man down. Free Calvin. Free Calvin. So he's all for the Calvin Ridley. But I want these owners to keep that same, the NFL to keep that same energy when the rest of this Brian Flores story comes out. Facts, but Hugh hiring Art Browse, bro. Well, yeah, that was pretty bad, bro. But Art Browse didn't. It was too much. It was too much of a headache, so he didn't take the job. But that was a bad hire. From an HBCU school, you hire a white guy that got all these problems. Bro, you can't do that. You can't do it. This brother is the coach at Grambling University, and you hire a coach that got assault allegations from his team, old team. You can't do it. It should be fair for everyone. Facts. Facts. It should be fair for everyone. But we will see. We will see what happens when these stories come out. We will see what happens with these owners when the rest of the story comes out. So we're gonna see. But before we get out of here, listen, my come to church is the same. I'm gonna keep banging this thing out. UC Mo Williams got hired by Jackson State. I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to check that out. But my come to church is the same scriptures, man. Listen, planning. I've been real big on planning this year. I started a little late. I didn't really start into March, but I heard a message called Plan for Success, and it's really been helping me on a day-to-day basis, just planning my day out, planning my whole year out. And the scriptures that stuck out was Jeremiah 29:11, Proverbs 20:18, and Proverbs 21:5. And I'm just saying, like, man, I encourage y'all, try to plan your year out. It's not too late, even though it's in March. Plan your day out and all of that stuff. And so the first scripture, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. All through the scripture, you see that God has plans. Plans, for I know the plans I have for you. God is talking. The plans I have for you. Then he says, I have plans to prosper you and not harm you. Then I have plans to give you hope in the future. That's 3 times that God says he has plans. 3 times God says he has plans. So that's telling you God was a planner. He was even a planner. Also, it's better. I took notes from this message that I heard. If you want to go look it up, it's Miles Monroe's called Plan for Success. And some of the notes that I took, it's better to change a plan than not to have one. If you have plans and some come up you need to change, that's cool. But it's better to have a plan than to not have one at all. And then it said, you are given time purpose. Everybody get 24 hours a day. If you don't have any plans, you just going through the day. Just going through the day. Whatever comes up. But if you plan your time, you're given that time purpose. You're given that time purpose. And I'm telling you, man, it's this thing has been just great for me. When I plan my day, does everything go to plan? No, sometimes you got to change a plan. Yeah, that's cool. But to not have a plan at all, you just wandering. He even said it's bad to be in limbo. It's bad not to have a plan. It even said that that if you don't have a plan, and it's scriptures to this as well. It's scriptures to this. Let me see. Let me go to another scripture. This one right here. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but shortcuts leads to poverty. This is scripture. Y'all. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity. So that's saying good planning leads to prosperity. Good planning. If you plan it, that's going to lead to prosperity. That's what the word says. And I mean, man, it's just this thing has been great for me. I even planned out my whole year. This is the first time I've done this, and I'm loving it. I encourage y'all. It's March now. Plan out April. Plan out the rest of March. Plan out April, May, June, July, August. The whole year. Things that you want to do. And the scripture, Ephesians 3:20 says, I would do exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask or think. So if you think of a plan, God can exceed what you think. He can exceed that. So I encourage you, plan it out and let God go to work for you. Let him go to work for you. But you gotta give him something to work with. If you don't plan it, he ain't got nothing to work with. Our brother says, keep preaching that truth. I may send some time to the Allen Pals Church. Just kidding. Listen, man, I'm just, this it's been good for me, man. So I just hope that y'all can check out that scriptures. I encourage y'all to plan out your days, plan out your year, and I pray that God blesses whatever plans that you have, and that He does great things for you. So those are scriptures: Jeremiah 29:11, Proverbs 20:18, Proverbs 21:5. It talks about planning. I didn't even know how much planning was in the Bible, but apparently it's in there a good amount of times, and it's important. It's important, and it even said that planning takes up more time than actually doing the work. Planning takes more time than doing the work. After you plan it, the work is not even going to be as hard because you already got stuff planned up. You already got it planned up. And it's gonna make your day easier. It's gonna make your work easier, whatever you got to plan. So listen, that's all I got, man. I can go on and on, but planning is a big deal. 2022 is still young. Go after it. I'm enjoying this year so far. I look forward to greater things. Um, I thank all of y'all for tuning in, man. Listen, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube, y'all go to that YouTube page and subscribe. Get these numbers up. Allen Pals on YouTube. Tell a friend to subscribe to the YouTube. Follow, like, and review our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. I got the red on today. Merch. If you like the Allen Pals and you want some merch, we ship long distance. Shirts, hoodies, jackets, all of that good stuff. You can purchase your own Allen Pals merchandise. And if you know somebody that has a business and they want to advertise, message me and we can make that happen. I've had authors, politicians, real estate agents, lawyers, attorney Justin Camper, one of the best in Chicago, Northwest Indiana. So I've had them all on the show promoting what they do. So if you know somebody that want to promote an event or a book, I had authors. Anything that you got going on that's legit. I got to put that disclaimer out there. No craziness. But if you want to promote, message me and we can make that happen. I am about to get up out of here. I appreciate all of y'all. I will see y'all on the next one, Tuesday. See you. I'm out.
Kilo, Allen Pals.